Okay, so we're going to start off getting those hips and glutes nice and warm, and we're going to go into 2 minutes of 90s. So if I grab my watch to make sure we don't end up doing it for 5 minutes. So what that movement looks like, we're going to be here to begin with, we're going to come over, put the weight over that knee there, and then from side to side, and we're going to do that for 2 minutes, okay? The movement should be getting easier and easier and looser. So we're going to start that in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So it might feel quite tight to begin with. It's only the beginning of the session. We're going to move from side to side. And as we get warmer into it, we then want to sit further and deeper, more weight over that front knee. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Should be getting a little bit looser into it now. Okay, that's 1 minute gone. Got another minute to go now. Should definitely be loosening up a bit now. Once we've done these, we're going to go straight over onto hands and knees and do a bit of warming up for our back and our hips as well. 30 seconds left here. You might find that you've walked slightly across the room. Make sure you don't headbutt anything on the side of the wall like I almost did. Alright, 20 seconds left. Three, 2, 1. Over to hands and knees. From here we've got our 4-point twist, so we're going to put fingertips to forehead, elbow pointing towards the floor, and for 5 on each side we're going to rotate up so the elbow points towards the ceiling and down again. Just 5 on the first side and then 5 on the other side. Push for that range, try and get that elbow nice and high. Okay, running to the other side. Excellent. From there, we're moving into the cat-cow, so we're going to do 6 of those. So top position, back up into the ceiling, looking down towards the knees. Bottom position, driving the belly button down towards the floor, looking forward. And really use your core muscles to drive your back up and then drive your back down. Or drive your belly button down to get the extremes of the movement. Okay, excellent. The next one, when you've done those, is we're going to do some circles with our knees. So we're in this nice square hands and knees position. We're going to raise the knee ever so slightly off the floor, and we're just going to start drawing circles with it, starting small, and then getting bigger. Okay, and then change direction, starting small again on the same knee, and starting into getting bigger and bigger again. Okay, good stuff. Now change to the other knee. So we're going to start small circles in whichever direction. They're getting bigger. Bigger again. And then back down to small circles in the other direction. Getting bigger. And then bigger again. Okay, and then the final one of this circuit, we'll get ourselves into this hands and knees position, and we're going to have one leg out to the side, so our legs are in this position here. And what we're going to do then is we're going to Put our hands down to the floor. We're going to rock forwards and then backwards on here. So we're sitting back onto that foot, forwards and backwards. And what we're going to do then, once we've done a couple more of these, is we're going to pause in that back position for 20 seconds. So we're going to pause on the next rep, so we're coming back, ready to pause, and we're pausing in this back position here. If that's enough for you, then that's fine. If it's not, drive that foot down into the floor. Once we've done this 20 seconds, we're going to swap sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap sides, and we'll go back into it, rocking backwards and forwards. Okay, 3 more rocks, then we're going to hold. 1, 2, 3, and then ready to hold back for 20 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go back through that circuit another time. So we're going to come back to hands and knees, back into those 4-point twists. So 6 again. We might be a bit warmer this time, a bit more mobile. So let's see if we can get that elbow a bit higher. Then we're into those cat-cows. 6 of those, driving up, driving down. Don't forget to do the head movement as well, looking down towards the knees and then looking forwards to get the movement out of the neck. And then into those circles, again, starting small, getting bigger, and then bigger again. And then starting again, changing direction, starting small, getting bigger, and then bigger again. On to the other side, starting small, getting bigger, and then bigger again. And then starting again, small, other direction, getting bigger, and bigger again. Okay, and the final one then, kneeling, leg out to the side, rocking forwards and back. Two more, then we're going to hold in the back position. 1, 2, ready to hold. Hold in there. 3, 2, 1. Changing sides, rocking again. Two more, then we're going to hold. 1, 2, holding in that position. Once this is done, we have a quick break, then we'll move on to the next little circuit. 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, good stuff. Grab a drink. We're going to move on to hamstrings next. Okay, so we're going to work on the hamstrings by doing variations of single leg deadlifts and then some glute bridge. So single leg deadlift, just as a reminder, we're going to be on one leg, single leg deadlift, balancing them. So we're coming over with a nice upright chest, shoulders back, coming over, tension in the hamstrings, slight bend in the knee, and then up again. So we're going to work on that first. We're going to do 5 single leg deadlifts on each side. Then we're going to move on to another variation. So should we start with those? So foot planted on the floor, gripping the floor between the big toe, the little toe and the heel like a triangle. Chest up. We're going to hinge at the hips and come over with a slight bend in that knee and up again. So we want to be feeling nice tension in the hamstring and the foot having to work to keep you balanced, strengthen all those little muscles around the feet, toes, ankles, knees. Okay, 3 more of these on this side. Then changing to the other side once we've done 6. Okay, good. Then we're going to move on to the single leg deadlift and reach. So we're going to deadlift over into that bottom position. We're going to reach as far forward as we can. If we can touch the floor as far forward, that's great. We're going to come up. We're going to do the same, touching backwards. Then we're going to do the same out to the left with the left hand. And then out to the right with the right hand. We're going to go through that twice. So we're going to go in each direction 2 times round, okay? So starting then, single leg deadlifting over, and then once we get to the bottom of the deadlift, we're going to reach as far forward as we can, either forwards or towards the floor. Stand back up again, over and reaching backwards. Left hand to the left, right hand to the right, and we're going to go through that again on the same leg. This time I'm going to touch the floor as far forward as I can, as the other variation. Backwards, out to the left, and out to the right. Then we're going to change legs and do the same. So hinging over, reaching forwards, back, right with the right hand, left with the left hand, and then again forwards, back, right and left. Okay, and we're going to come down to the floor and we're going to hold ourselves in a glute bridge for 30 seconds. So it's going to be, you've got 2 options now. You can either go for a standard glute bridge, which would be here, or you can go through glute bridge and reach, which would see you up in your glute bridge with your hands above your head, reaching as far as you can, pushing your fingertips or your fingernails down to the floor. It's your choice. Anyway, we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1, up into that glute bridge, hips high, a nice straight line from the knee through the hip to the shoulder. Squeeze the glutes. Let's be active in this position. Don't forget to breathe. Important. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, excellent. So, we're going to come back around now to, we're going to miss out the single leg deadlifts because they were just to prime us for the reaching variation. So we're going to go straight into the reaching variation. So over on the leg, reaching forwards, back, side, side. We're going to do that again. We're going to go back into the glute bridge hold then, okay? So if we start on our first leg, we're single leg deadlifting over. We're reaching forwards. And you know the score by now. backwards. Changing legs once you've done that. And once that's done, we're going to go over into that glute bridge. For another 30 seconds, no rush. Okay, so we're going to start the glute bridge in 3, 2, 1. Let's be active in this position, so we're aware of what's going on. A nice straight position, nice strong position. Okay, 10 seconds left. Four, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, excellent. We're going to need your weight for this next bit. Okay, so we're going to work a bit more on the hamstrings, but predominantly on the quads and the glutes. So we're going to start without the weight. The first movement is going to be duck walk. So we're just going to come down to the bottom of the squat, and from here then we're going to walk ourselves forward down here in the bottom of the squat. We're going to do that forwards and backwards. Then we're going to go into the cross-body deadlift. So we'll be holding the weight in the opposite side to the leg, which is working. There's a lot to take in. So it's like the single leg deadlift that we just did. And as we come down, the weight's going to come across the body to the outside of that foot and up. So right bang on from the front, the weight's coming across the body to the outside of the foot and up. So we've got some of those to do. Then we've got some paused goblet squats. So we're going to hold our weight. We're going to squat down. We're going to pause in the bottom for 2 seconds and up again, down, pause, and up. And then finally, we're just going to sit in the bottom of that squat with our weight to get better in this position. So, duck walk first. No weight needed for that one. So just try and give yourself a little bit of space. And then we're just going to walk forwards in that position. It's quite unpleasant. Okay, and then backwards. Okay, great. Then grab your weight. We're going to go for 6 cross-body deadlifts on each side. So holding the weight in the opposite side to the working leg. As we deadlift over, weight's going to come to the outside and up. Again, we're looking for tension in the hamstring. Once you're done with 6, change sides. Ooh. Okay, when that's done, we're going to go into our paused goblet squats. We've got 5 goblet squats to do, and we're going to spend 2 seconds in the bottom of that squat with the weight, being aware of what we're doing, making sure that we're nice and tight with a braced core. So you can time it yourself, or you can come with me, squatting down to the bottom, pausing for 1, 2, and up, down, pausing, 1, 2, and up, 3 more to go, pausing, 2, 1, and up, 2 more, 1, 2, and up, final rep, 1, 2, and up. Okay, and then you've got options then depending on how you're feeling at the bottom of the squat, whether you hold onto your weight, which will help push you down, or don't, but we're going to come down to the bottom of the squat. We're going to get our elbows into our knees, and we're just going to sit down here and move around, pushing those elbows into those knees, driving the knees outwards, and moving around in this position then, just to get a little bit more comfortable in that bottom of the squat position. If you're not using your weight, then you can just do it without the weight. Okay, and then come up from that. Take a quick break, grab a drink before we go back into the duck walk. It's quite an intense little circuit, that one. Okay, so back into the duck walk. So trying to get some nice mobility out of those hips. Good, and then backwards. That's it. Standing up into those cross-body deadlifts. 6 on each side. We've done a lot of deadlifty hamstring movements today. Excellent. And then we're going to go into the paused squats then. Ready to go then. Down to the bottom, pausing 2, 1, and up. 1, 2, up. 3 more. 1, 2, up. And again. 2, 1, and up. Last one. 1, 2, and up. Okay, then we're going to go down to that bottom of the squat position and just settle ourselves in there, moving around, getting as comfortable as we can with that position. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Alright, excellent. So we're going to move on to a little bit of upper body work now. The first one is called a prone prisoner. So if you just watch what I'm going to do there, but effectively I'm going to be laying down prone, going to have my hands here, and they're going to come all the way around like this. Palm over palm on my back, and back around again. So I'm going to be laying on the floor doing that. I need quite a lot of space for that. If you don't have the space, you can tuck your elbows in more and bring your hands round. So we've got 6 of those. So let's start there then with those 6 prone prisoners. Looking down towards the floor, arms above your head, and we're coming round. Palm over palm on your back, and your lower back, and that's your 1 rep. We're doing 6 of these. When they're done, we're up to hands and knees. We're going to do our 4-point twist again, because I think it's the most valuable exercise that we can do in these sessions. So we've got another 6 on each side, fingertips to forehead, elbow pointing towards the floor, and then coming up towards the ceiling. Okay, then the other side. Excellent. And then we've got 3 press up to pike. So whether you do that as a full press up or a knee press up, it doesn't matter. We're just going to do 3. So the full variation looks like this. So a press up into a pike, and back down again for another one. Or the knee variation, chest to floor here. As soon as we get up to the top of the rep, knees come off the floor and we go up into our pike, okay? So we've got 3 of those to do. Once they're done, we're going to come into this half kneeling position here, and we're just going to start doing some trunk rotations. Swap legs. Great, and we're going to go through that again. So we're going to go into the prone prisoner again for 6 reps. Once they're done, we're up into our 4-point twist again. Lovely. Then I'll press up to the pike. Just 3. And then finally, that half kneeling position for the twists. Changing sides. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of fun to finish off. You ideally need a light kettlebell for this, but a light dumbbell will also be fine. So we're going to start with the single arm kettlebell swing or dumbbell swing. So that literally is going to be 6 reps of the kettlebell in one hand, swinging it out in front of you. Once you've done those 6, we're going to change hands. We're going to do 6 from the other side, okay? If you've got a dumbbell, that's fine. You can just hold the dumbbell. You can swing the dumbbell. So we're going to do 6 reps on the right, and then 6 reps on the left to begin with. Okay, good stuff. Once we've done those, we're going to go into alternating swings. So we're going to do 12 in total, but they're going to be alternating left, right, with the change of the hands happening out here in front of you because it's easier there. So that's going to look like this. So we're going for 12 reps, changing hands each rep. Okay, good. The next movement, we're going to do 6 of each. It's called the bottoms up press. If you've got a very light kettlebell, then you'll be able to do this with your kettlebell. And what that looks like is, I'm just going to come down to kneeling, it's better for you. From here, holding the kettlebell upside down, looking at it, we're going to press it up, holding it upside down. If you haven't got a kettlebell, you can hold your dumbbell on the end of the dumbbell and it will still challenge your shoulders as much. We've got 6 on each side. 1. Okay, and then when they're done, we're going to bring them together and we're going to do a bottoms up swing. So it's going to be a one-handed swing into bottoms up, holding it there, swinging it, holding it there, okay? Make sure you look at that kettlebell so you don't hit yourself in the face with it. If you've got a dumbbell, you can hold it on the end of the dumbbell, you can swing it, you can hold it there. Good for the grip, good for the shoulder joints. Holding it there, down, holding it there. Okay, one more, and then rest. And then finally, we're going to do 10 halos on each side with either your kettlebell or your dumbbell. So that's holding it here in front of you, going around the back of the head, nice and low around the back of the head. We're going to do 10 in each direction to finish ourselves off. Lovely for the shoulders and the upper back. Once you've done your 10, 10 in the other direction. Okay, and there we go.